All right, YouTube, what is happening? We got another video for you today. Something pretty special. This is not really a review, more of a show and tell kind of thing. It is something to review too. So, what do we got here? Well, we've got a Benchmade 940, but it looks a lot different, right? What's that? What is this hole doing there? These scales aren't the same. So, this is what I like to call the ultimate 940. Now, I'm a big fan of the 940 series of knives. Like the axis lock, always have. Like the handle design on the 940. But as most people, the one thing that holds back the 940 from being, in my opinion, one of the best EDC knives out there is the blade. This guy right here. This is the original 940-1701 blade in 20 CV steel. Now 20 CV steel, that's a great steel, right? But it's the tall, thick grind, not a lot of cutting edge. Excuse me, shouldn't say not a lot of cutting edge. Just not a lot of, there's not a lot of depth to that grind. Very shallow. It's just, you know, here to here, that's it. That's all you get. Plus, it's very, very thick behind the edge. I shouldn't say very, very thick, but it's pretty thick. Yeah, 0.220. That's pretty thick, guys, especially for such a, you know, you don't have a whole lot of grind going on there. It's a pretty slim, slender blade. Looks great. Reverse tanto looks great. Nice finish on that. This one's got the red thumb studs. I had it engraved by Benchmade a long time ago. So what we did is when we took these scales, which are awesome, the G10 with the C-Tech inlays. First I had these Rock Scale Designs 940 scales. Now these are actually my second set. The first set I had a little bit of an issue with. Sent them back to him. He replaced them for free, no questions asked. So then Josh at Razor Edge Knives, actually I think it was Nick Maffey on Instagram. Somehow I got wind of them doing a reblade project. There was very few of these made, maybe 20. Could be wrong, could be more, but not very many more than that. And it was an original gentleman. I should remember his name, but I don't. That designed the blade. It wasn't Razor Edge Knives, but he kind of reached out to Razor Edge Knives to say, can you make this happen? I really want to do this reblade project for the 940. So they obviously added a Spidey hole. They made the blade out of M390. It retains that same similar blade profile, reverse tanto, right? But it's got a very, very thin grind on this, guys. This one is 8 thousandths behind the edge. So thin. So that fixes what most people don't like about the 940 is its thick grind. Not the best slicer for an EDC knife. This thing is an absolute laser beam. Then I added the MXG Gear titanium deep pocket clip. I just felt like it looked better than the black, or even the one from a lot of people put the one from the Bug Out on it, which I like it too. But I tell you, this, guys, is, in my opinion, what the 940 should have always been. Now, you're not going to get this thin of a grind on a production knife. That's just not going to happen. 8 thousandths behind the edge. No production company's going to go that thin behind the edge just because of durability. They want it to, you know, they want the normal user that uses this knife and, you know, abuses it, you know, they want that edge to hold up. I still think it can. I believe these were run at 62 Rockwell as well, so they're run pretty good for M390, and we're all hand ground, hand done blades. Just fantastic. The Spidey hole is very, very smooth, so there's no, you know, issues with sharp edges. I mean, look at that thing. With the scales, it like matches so nicely. I may replace the hardware eventually. It does have the red standoffs, which is pretty unique from the 940-1701. So yeah, guys, tell me what you think about these about this 940. I think it's pretty incredible. So let's zoom out a little bit, and I want to show you how this thing cuts. Got some pretty thick cardboard here. Look at that stuff, right? Pretty thick. Man, just tears through that stuff. What other knife do I have handy? Selling that. Well, that Nkosi's for sale if you guys are interested. It's a Tanto. This knife's super dull, so I don't use that one. Let's use this one. Way more resistance cutting through that than this. It's like, oh, I mean, it's so thinly ground. Geometry cuts, guys. Look at that. Just flies off. You get a lot more resistance through that knife. And this is probably 20 thousandths behind the edge. So that's some pretty thick stuff too. It's pretty dense, but it just absolutely slices through cardboard. It is a cardboard destroyer. It's also going to slice a lot better through food, for food prep type reasons, apples, strawberries, whatever you're cutting, you know, it's going to tear right through. I mean, it's just going to, not tear, excuse me. It's going to slice right through them. This stuff is pretty thick. When I was doing the cut test with the Para 3, this cardboard gave me a little area. Look at that. Just, you can see it. I'm putting very little pressure, and it's just flying through the stuff. Crazy. And it's pretty dang sharp out of the box. Oop, bumped the camera. My bad. I have it sharpened. I've used it quite a bit, actually. I just bought an air hockey table. And it might need to be touched up. Oh no, that's good still. A little stropping will be good. Just bought a big air hockey table, had it shipped. Massive box, broke it down with this. Broken down a lot of boxes. I've been carrying this knife a ton since I got it all put together with this. So it's got a pretty toothy edge on there. I may sharpen it, put a nice polish. I find M390 likes a good polish, but it's a laser beam, guys. It just, the difference, it's hard to show on video. You're probably not getting it. Like, maybe you can see how easy it slices through some of this stuff, but it's just like no resistance. It just goes right through it because of that flat ground, and it's just so thin behind the edge. So, let me know what you guys think. I think this is not by any means a cheap 940. There's a lot of money into this guy with the scales, this reblade. Comes from an exclusive version. You could do it with any 940 though. Just put this blade in there. That's how it was designed to work. Even with the old school ones with the aluminum scales. So, yeah, way to go, razor edge knives on making these. I am really excited to see how this performs. When I say that, I mean, you know, in cut tests, how long it'll cut before it needs to be sharpened, all that kind of stuff. Well, so we'll be doing one of those pretty soon. I'm still doing my series on the Para 3. I've got Crewwear and Maximate left to do still, but I'm going to be testing this M390 as well because I feel like it's going to outperform a lot of other M390s because of the heat treat on it. And just that geometry and it just feels so good in the hand with these Rock Scale Design scales. These scales are top quality, guys. Just so nice. They have some nice lightning pockets inside. Yeah, definitely recommend it. Make sure you check out Rock Scale Designs. Very good customer service. I reviewed these scales before, but again, this is my second pair, and that MXG clip, man, it just completes it. Just a freaking awesome EDC. So yeah, big difference between this and the original 940. But I've always been a big fan. I love the handle design. It's a slim, you know, it's a lot wider in the pocket now because of the Spidey hole, but it's still not bad. Pretty lightweight. Even with the titanium scales. 3.1 ounces. Oh, helps to. I'm struggling with my camera today. No battery. Rip. Yep, 3.1. I'm not saying 2.8, but that's not right. 3.1, 3.1, there we go. 3.1 ounces with the titanium scales. That's a lightweight, good size EDC. A lot of cutting edge on this knife. So it's, you know, just fantastic. It's one of my favorite knives. I've been carrying it quite a bit since I got it all put together. So definitely worthwhile project. I don't know if he's going to be doing any more, if there's going to be a second batch, but keep an eye out for Razor Edge Knives Instagram. And if I hear anything, I'll let you guys know, because these went really quick and there was only a short number of them made. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.